Hello, everybody, and welcome back to CLX Foundry Live, right here with CLX Gaming. I'm your host, DJ Blue PDX, and joining me today live from our studios, as per usual, it is our master builder, Hayden Hutchinson, and our lead technical expert, Paul Steffens. I changed it up a bit. There we go. I don't know why you did your hands. But we have a great show for you today, because today we're building our live giveaway, which is going to be for this month. The giveaway went live yesterday, so you already know what's coming. Now we get to actually show you what's going to go in it as we build it, which is going to be incredible. For more information on how to get into the giveaway, type exclamation give Horus. That's Horus. There we go. Learn how to spell, DJ. So with that said, exclamation give Horus, you may see codes being given out in chat, so make sure you're watching all the chats for where that code might drop. I'm going to say the drop should be on purple today. That said, you'll be able to find different codes and drops throughout the month in our social media posts, which is CLX Gaming at YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads, as well as on our chats here, on our chats in all of our streams, our Discord at discord.gg/CLX Gaming, and of course my streams at DJ Blue PDX on both platforms. So with that being said, gentlemen, we've got a really cool machine that we have teamed up with AData, Fantex, Beacon, and XPG for. What is going in this month's giveaway?
All right, so starting out, we've got our white NV5 Horus right here. As y'all can see, you've seen it before, you know it, you love it. And going inside of this, we've got an Intel Core i5 14600KF. I think first time we're building one of those on the show. Really solid CPU. So. Yeah. And for our cooler, we've got a Fantex Glacier 1, the D30 variant. So we'll show that a little bit. They have the fans that we really like that connect together. Very nice cooler in white. And for our motherboard, we've got an Asus Prime Z690-A for our motherboard. I think we have used these before. They have the nice little window in the I/O that glows and looks good. For our memory, we've got 2 sticks of XPG 16GB DDR5, 6,000 speed memory in white and RGB. You can see it at the front there. And for our storage, we've got a 2TB ADATA 700 gold NVMe M.2 drive. For our video card, we've got an MSI NVIDIA RTX 4060 in white. I did not know they made one of these in white until today.
Came out with
so very really cool to get that opened. Stays on theme and everything. And then for our power supply, we've got the 1000-watt Fantex amp modular 80+ gold in white, white brick, white cables. Looks really good. And then also included in the giveaway are the Beacon Mix Create and mic that you can see right here.
Nice. Awesome. Well, this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. Now, this is a case, obviously, we've been doing a lot of these lately. They have been an exceedingly popular build. It's the smaller version of the NV7, and actually, it's the smallest NV in the series.
Yeah, this is like you said, a smaller version of the NV7. Really nice for people who like the NV7, but it's a little bit too big. The NV7 is a very large chassis. This kind of has the same aesthetic and similar design elements to it. So I really like this chassis. We've had a lot of people that work here trying to get one as well. So, yep, very popular.
All right, getting that all set up. Now, one of the cool things about this is that while it does have a lower space for the power supply unit, it's actually completely behind that shroud, which is also lit. Not just lit like, that's awesome, but it lights up. It's really cool.
It's lit like Hayden on a Friday.
There we go. Absolutely. By the way, if you are in chat and you have any questions about a term you hear or something that you're just not familiar with, let us know. Hit us up. We would love to be able to answer all those questions for you. So please throw those down. We'll get to them as soon as possible. Welcome, everybody, though. Glad to have y'all here. Chili Sam is in the house. Codept, thank you. Welcome in. How are you? Great. So we got our first We got our first couple questions already. This is great. So, Indian of Temperance said, I had my RAM set to auto in the BIOS. I was running at 2666. I looked up the order and it's 3600. Why would it auto to 1000 megahertz less? Good question.
Yeah, so sometimes the BIOS of your motherboard will have it downclock its speed. So you usually want to turn on XMP, to get it up to that speed. Hey, and you can probably talk a little bit more about that than I can.
Usually, like Paul said, it's going to be XMP. Sometimes Expo is an option. XMP 2 or 1. It really doesn't matter. 2 is what I usually go with. But yeah, like Paul said, it'll downclock you. So as soon as you turn that on, you can set your BIOS's RAM frequency to what you want.
Nice. Now, before we get that processor popped in there, let's take a look at the side because this is going to be interesting. I love the coloring of this board because it's got that white and silver element to it. You can see the designs on there. Looking up at the very top for our I/O shield, we've got our HDMI and display port, which we won't necessarily be using because we're going to be pumping everything into that graphics card. You got 4 USB 3.2 Gen 1 ports that are both Type A's. You've got you've got a USB 3.2 Gen 2x2. That's that USB-C that is just below those 4, and you've got 3 more Gen 2 Type 2s, Type 3.2 Gen 2s, 2 Type A's, 1 Type C, a 2.5 gig LAN port, and then of course all of your audio jacks and your digital audio out. So great board. It's gonna be perfect for gaming.
Nice peel.
Yeah.
Always nice.
Now, taking a look at our processor. This is the Intel Core i5 14600KF. Paul, what does that KF mean?
All right, so that K means that it can be overclocked, means unlocked, and then that F means it does not have onboard video. But this is a 14-core, 20-thread processor. So we've got 6 P cores, or performance cores, that have hyper-threading, and then 8 E cores, also known as efficiency cores. It's got a base speed of 3.5, and it'll boost up to 5.3.
Nice. I do have a question coming in from Greg Wiz. It was up a few minutes ago. It says, I have an M.2 question. How much speed can you really notice between the 990 Pro, the 980 Pro, Western Digital 850, and the Western Digital 770? Good question.
Yeah, that's a good question. So there's definitely some speed differences there. You know, when you look at the specs, that's where you'll really notice it. But for me, on like an on-boot thing, if your OS is loaded on it, I mean, it's going to be extremely fast on any of those. So, you know, we're talking about, you know, maybe a second or 2 difference on boot times. As far as gaming on there, that's probably where you would notice the difference even more. But like I said, any NVMe drive is extremely fast right now.
I feel like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The differences are minor.
Yeah, the newer they are, they just become kind of the same.
Yeah, the differences get like closer together as higher end as they go.
The only thing I notice personally is like transfer speeds.
Okay, yeah.
Codesept asked when the giveaway ends, and that's going to be at the end of the month. So we will pull that drawing on our first show at the beginning of December. And Chili Sam says I'd ask about certain color zip ties, but I sadly can predict the answer. Shark Week, did we drop a code? Not yet. You'll know because it'll be in the chat. You'll love it. Finding Cole is here. Hello.
Do you have the back plate?
Yeah.
I was going to grab it, but if you got it, you're good.
What is the point? So, good question. Stewart Island asks, what is the point nowadays to have the motherboard with an HDMI? Does anyone actually use them?
So not really nowadays. I mean, if you're in the gaming world, you're obviously going to have a video card. There's some, you know, fringe cases if you're just starting out and you get like a, you know, a processor that has onboard video that's decent for gaming. That's when you would use that. But it's a pretty rare case that I've seen anybody use one in a gaming machine. But it is nice to have, even if you have a gaming machine, if your processor does have onboard video, it can help in troubleshooting. If you're not getting video out of your video card, you can plug in through your motherboard and kind of assist you in troubleshooting that way. But yeah, pretty rare to use it.
Greg Williams asks, what's the best budget M.2?
Best budget M.2, I mean, there's probably a lot of good choices out there. Black Friday's right around the corner, but the first one that comes to mind is the These XPG or these A-Data 700 golds are really good. Kingston makes a really good one that's pretty affordable. They're NV1 and NV2 lines. But yeah, I'd kind of, if you're about to buy one of those, I'd kind of wait till Black Friday or Cyber Monday. You can probably get a screaming deal on one.
Chili Sam wants to know, says mildly off topic question, but whoops, let's go back up to there. It updated on its own. Have you guys ever messed up the CPU pins, and how did it happen?
Yeah, I definitely have. You know, it's been a while since I've done it. You kind of learn from your mistakes there, but it's just if you have this processor not perfectly seated, you know, maybe you've got it on a slight angle, you might notice it when you go to push it down, so you didn't clamp it down all the way, but just that little bit of pressure can bend those pins. So I'm sure Hayden's done it 1,000 times, but I don't know.
I sure have.
No, I don't know about 1,000.
I fixed a lot of them.
Yeah. That's always fun, fixing the pins on the motherboard.
I messed up a corner pin once on my Athlon XP.
Yeah, we've seen where like the actual PCB part of the processor gets bent. It's pretty nuts.
Yeah. Now you did see Hayden ended up putting in our A-Data storage, and that is going to be a 2 terabyte A-Data 700 gold NVMe M.2. So that's 2 terabytes, which is awesome. And it's got that heat shield on there. Again, loving the theming. I love the coloring. The silver is wonderful. It's very reflective. We know how the lighting works on these because of those open clear sides. There's actually lights inside of there, which is going to be super cool. Making sure I'm catching all of the chats I need to be looking for. There we go. Ta-da! Does anyone see my chat? I think chat is bugged. I do see it, Nicholas. I do. Alrighty. Getting out our RAM. So for the RAM, we are going to be using, and this is of course donated by XPG. They partnered up with them for this. This is 2 16 gig sticks of XPG Lancer Blade DDR5 6000 white RGB RAM. Oh my God, this looks so good. It looks so good. So 32 gigs total.
Yeah, big thank you to XPG for providing this memory, and the white version of it stays on theme. Looks really good in the case.
I've used the DDR4 version of it.
Mm-hmm.
I've always liked their design.
Yeah.
Everything is so shiny. What's up, Doc Rhymes? How's it going? Welcome in. Hit the moment they're scheduled. Ivory, you're trolling. All right, so now Hayden's putting on that thermal paste. Thermal paste is widely used on non-edible surfaces. So that's going to be going on to our AIO, and this is a great AIO, by the way. So AIO, well, we'll talk about that in a second. This is a Fantex Glacier 1 D30 360 millimeter AIO, and this is a little bit different than their other ones. This is the updated one with the new fans. Paul, tell us a little bit about this cooler.
Yeah, so like you said, this is the new version of their Glacier 1. I believe it has a slightly improved pump on here as well, so it'll give you a little bit better cooling numbers. But what stands out to me the most is it comes with these D30 fans. So these are the fans that connect together. I've got one set that we're using in the case put together right here. So you guys can see it. But if you notice, the cool thing about these fans, obviously they're hooked together, but there's only 2 wires coming off of them. So really nice here that they connect together, and just saves you time on your tie-up and just makes your system look cleaner.
Speaking of cleaner, somebody's going to clean up because 75 people are getting a code with 100 entries. It's Horus-USYD. United States, dude, that was the worst one I've ever done. I'm excited because I got some codes to give out this afternoon, and I'm back to making word puzzles. This will be great. I do like the look of this. Now, is that also an infinity mirror when it lights up? Or is it different than?
So it's a little bit different than that cap. So it's not necessarily an infinity mirror, but you do have the RGB glowing on there, and then they've added it kind of around the top and bottom as well.
Hello from Mexicali, Mexico. Hola. ¿Cómo está? Bienvenido. What are your AIOs with what are the AIOs with the CPU temp showing on them? That's a good question.
So there's a few that are out there. I don't know of any models specifically that do, but yeah, there's quite a few of them out there that do that now.
Mine does that.
Yeah, a lot of those, if there's a screen on there, you can even program like a different GIF to play, or you can get pretty unique with what you can put on there.
D Young mentions I love the Prime board. Yeah, I do too. It really looks great. Yes, Vantex makes AIOs. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Well, Stewed Island, are multiple codes being dropped or just one? That is an excellent question. One that you will have to stick around to find out. Here we go. I was between the Fantex and the Leon Lee. I went with Leon Lee since I had Leon Lee fans. So that's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, both those are solid.
Yeah, very solid. There we go. All right, now one thing I do want to point out that's really great about this case, you just saw it there in that last angle, and that is what's right there, and that is a built-in, it comes with the case, a built-in anti-sag bracket. Now, I don't think we'll need to use that because the card is short enough that it shouldn't, I wouldn't imagine that it would be heavy enough to need one.
Yeah.
But I don't even think it reaches that far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think it's long enough, and either way, it's a very light card, so we won't need that in. So we'll go ahead and remove that once we get a little further along in the build, and we include that in the accessories as well. So if you win this and you end up upgrading your video card a few years from now and need it, you'll have it.
Nice. Mario, hello, welcome. And we've got a question coming in from Vladius Steele. I'm new here. What are the codes for and how do we use them? Well, if you type exclamation give Horus, you're going to get a link to a giveaway, which is going to be for this PC plus some really cool peripherals. Now, with that being said, once you get through the initial follow all these things, there'll be a whole list of items that open up, and down towards the bottom, you'll see enter bonus code. Or enter code for bonus entries. That's where you put the codes. The prefix for all the codes that you'll hear is going to, for this month, is going to be Horus, H-O-U-R-S. I'm sorry, H-O-R-U-S. DJ, get it together. It's ours. H-O-U-R-S is ours, not Horus. Good Lord. But yeah, there we go. What happens if you put too much thermal paste on? Good question. Good question.
It'll seep over.
Your CPU will freeze. No, it'll just spill out. It'll just splooge out kind of all over your motherboard and create a mess. As long as you don't put an obscene amount on there,
Which
you know,
is
it really
not
doesn't
easy
hurt
to clean
anything.
up.
But yeah, thermal paste is not fun to clean up. For whatever reason, it wipes off easy with like a rag or a paper towel. But if you get it on your skin, it stays on there for days.
Mm-hmm. They should make a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Really?
thermal paste that's green.
That would be cool. Then people would purposely be putting way too much on to see like the Nickelodeon slime.
No, I feel like people would eat it.
Yeah, eat it. Yeah.
Just soup.
Start trying it.
Good
Welcome
seasoning
to
for your
soup.
Tide Pad.
Platuki, hello, welcome in. Good to have you here. Like Arnie and Predator mud type stick on. Yes. I'll tell you what, that is one thing I have always wanted to do for Halloween, and one of these years I will actually do it. But I want to get a real life like the full bodysuit and everything of the Predator. Like, as much as I have loved being Master Chief, I've loved being Lord Saladin at different events, I want to be a Predator. I think it would just be cool. Also,
Clip it.
oh, Jesus, that can be like that. Phrasing. Not what I meant. I want to be the... No, even that doesn't sound right. The Predator alien. I'm just going to stop.
I know what you're talking about.
Jesus. Nicholas says this is the NV5. Yes, it is. This is the smallest version of the NV series. The NV comes in 3 different sizes. It comes with an NV9, an NV7, and now the NV5. Do you think they'll make an NV3?
I think so.
I think so.
Dude, Crimes is like sus. Yeehaw. Alrighty. Yeah, this is looking gorgeous. Gladius, I totally agree. Your PC better stop while you're at. Yes, Craig. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. All right, now we're getting our fans all connected, which is really fun. One of the things I love about these fans is the angle of the blades. They feel like they push just more air because of how just how tall they are, but also that rotated angle on it. Paul, what are some other really neat features about these fans?
So on just aside from they connect together and saving you on the amount of cables in your system, these fans, what's really unique about them is you can buy them in a reverse flow setup. So typically when you're looking at fans and you see this fan grills here, that's your exhaust. That's how air's coming out of that way. So you orient your fans that way. However, Fantex has made a design where you can have the exhaust be right here with no fan grill, and that way in any orientation that you need to put your fans in your case, you can have the right fan setup to not show any of these grills. So all your fans, you get this nice clean side. So really cool about that. I really like that they did that. But now we got to pay attention to fan blade pitch. So it is printed on this side of the fans as well, though. So you know which way the air is going to flow through and which way it's going to rotate.
Sorry, you're breaking up there for me, but yes. Now, one of the things that I love about these is that full square frame. There's no gaps in there. It really just kind of solidifies that rectangular structure. So you've got all that airflow in and out. I do love the fact that this also comes with, well, at least the power supply unit it comes with has white cabling. It's so important.
Yeah. Yeah, Fantex has really stepped it up with all the attention to detail on their cables. So even our pins are white, but something else to notice too on the case, all of our USB headers, audio headers are all white as well. This is the first case I've seen where every single piece of the wire is white. Typically you'll see like white cables with a black end on it.
They can get the rainbow wires to be covered up somehow.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to give a hello to Otis, who's in the chat. We've got Drakusha back in it. Samantha, hello. Jude and Zola Ledger are back in. Hello and welcome into the show. Duke Crime says, always buskers, give me Sky instead of Duke. There we go. Greg says, what is he wiping off and why is he? So good question. What were you wiping off on the fans?
Oh, I was just getting my fingerprints off of them. They've got these nice reflective surfaces and I got my dirty fingerprints on them. So, just cleaning it up. Leaving no evidence.
Well, my dog decided to chew my screwdriver.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
It's okay, guys. It's fine. It still works.
Extra grippy now.
Look at that.
Oh, no.
Overhead shot. Can you see it? Look at that.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
Awesome. It's great.
Truly. Yep. Ivory. Let's see here.
Hit crunch.
Some people might not be comfortable with doing crime. Well, that's good. It's called breaking the law. Let's see here. How will the winner be known? So when we draw the winner, they will be getting an email from the Surf giveaway team, and that will tell them they'll have 24 hours to respond, and then they'll be able to claim their prize. Now, the faster way to do that is to just show up here to our first show at the beginning of the month, and you'll be able to listen in here. If your name is called, you might be walking away with an incredible PC and a peripheral bundle from our friends at AData, Fantex, Beacon, and XPG. Ghost James says, can I get a free PC? I mean...
Yeah, if you enter the giveaway.
Yeah, if you're in the giveaway, I'm sure there's a way to get a free PC anywhere in the world, but yeah. That dog does good work. Yes. At least his dog has taste when it comes to tools.
No, my dog is insane.
All right, look at how good that looks. I also love the boxiness of the XPG memory. It's very rectangular. It's not a soft edge. It's a very hard edge on there. I'm excited to see how it lights up because I think it's going to look great. All right.
All right, I'm going to get this video
Now we've got
card
one
out.
fan on the bottom. All right. So what I do want to point out is, attached to the radiator, obviously, are 3 of our exhaust fans. We've got one exhaust fan on the very rear. We've got an intake fan down on the bottom to the right of the power supply shroud. Then, of course, we're going to put 3 more fans, I believe, on that back gap there, right? And look at this. How much easier is this than other fans, Hayden?
Very easy.
Because, I mean, you still have to screw all 6 of them in, right?
Right. But
Yeah.
Once you get one screw in, all 3 are just held in.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
just the reduction of the wires is the biggest thing, honestly. Instead of Hayden having to manage 6 cables for these 3 fans, he's only got 2.
Right? Which makes it so much easier. So much easier. As one with ADHD, things that light up give me so much serotonin. You're not wrong. I mean, agreed. And mine too, and that's why this thing is pretty. Does everything in the PC use a different software to control the color of the LEDs? Good question, Sweden.
You want to take that one, Hayden?
Yeah, so what board do we got? Prime, Asus. Okay, so Armory Crate will be the RGB software. That's going to control everything.
And there will be some buttons on the case you can use as well.
I
All
think
right, now I
Armory
know
Crate
that-
is awesome. So
Paul is itching to get into that
brand new Ventus.
that brand new video card.
I've never
so
seen
is
this
one
before.
I don't believe we've done. This is this is a dual fan RTX 4060 by our friends at MSI. And it's white, which is awesome. You know how I love that color code.
Fine, I'll buy one.
Gauge Raider
This does look
asks,
sick. Let me get all this plastic.
Are
off.
Fantex are Fantex fans proprietary connectors?
So they have the standard 4-pin fan header on them, but then for the RGB, they do have their proprietary connector. And what's nice with this connector here is if you got a Fantex case or any other Fantex components, this will clip right into any of their other RGB connectors. Very easy to daisy chain them together.
Yeah. So that looks like it looks like a very lightweight card. So which is encouraging.
Yeah, this card is lightweight, won't need the anti-sag bracket like we talked about before.
Dude, that back panel looks so good.
It does, it really does. Got some a little bit more plastic to get off here, and then I'll show you all what it looks like without.
There we go. Get a couple of those stickers off.
These plastic on the fans is
Ducrime
always a
says,
pain.
curious as to what way airflow is in the setup. So we've got 3 vents coming in from the back and 1 from the bottom. And then we've got 1 on the rear exhaust and 3 on the top that are going to be pushing air up through that radiator. So the heat from the radiator is just going to rise naturally.
Right, yeah. So like I was saying with these fans, typically you can tell which way the exhaust is because the fan grill. But since we have the inverted ones as well, we've got our intakes here, when this is usually where you would see the fan grill, but this is bringing air in, so 4 in and 4 out. It's a good looking card.
Looks good.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
Single 8-pin connector, 3 display port, 1 HDMI.
Pretty standard, I mean, for graphics cards as they go. Let's see here. Ordy says, thanks for the code. You're welcome. Pluki, or Plutuki, says, watching live from Jamaica. Well, welcome. I don't know if we've ever had a Jamaican viewer, at least not that we're aware of. If I don't have a fan controller, should I connect PWM fans to different fan headers?
Yeah, that's fine.
Good question.
Yep.
There we go. Nicely done. So Otis says that GPU is refreshing after Monsters 4090. After the Monsters 4090 you had on previous builds. Yeah, that's got to be a little bit easier to handle. Wog Kansas says, I tried to follow you on here as an extra entry, but it says network error. Good question. Try logging back out and logging back in.
Is it plugged in?
Warhand.
Classic, turn it off, turn it back on.
Oh, let's hear. Are the codes the same across the platform? I'm like, we're dropping them here in the purple side today, for sure. Yeah, I'm really digging the way that this looks. It looks amazing. Okay, getting those final ones down there. Now, what we see there in Paul's hand is, is our power supply unit. This is a Fantex amp 1000 watt, 80 plus gold modular. It is white. What different kinds of power supply units are there, and what makes this one so interesting?
So with power supplies, you've got 3 different types, 2 of them being, the more popular ones, and that's being modular or non-modular. So this is a modular power supply, which means none of the cables are pre-soldered in. You can see I've just got the brick here in my hands, and we've got these ports where we can plug in all of our cables. So what's nice about going with modular is you can just use the cables that you need, and any extras you can just bundle up and not include in your system. That way it doesn't take up space and just looks really good. And then if you ever need to upgrade, you just pull the cable out, plug it in, and you're good to go. So a non-modular would be this box, but all the cables would be hanging out of it. They're pre-soldered in, so you just plug in the ones you need, and then you have to bundle up and tuck away the rest. There are semi-modulars where a few of the cables are soldered in. Typically it's your 24 pin and 8 pin for your CPU, and then some VGA connectors as well, and then the rest is modular.
Yes. One cool thing about these cases is that Fantex has truly kind of stepped outside of the outside of the box with their Velcro ties, and they've got them both inside the rear for cable management to help Hayden with roping different groups together, but also on the back of the case so that you can just get one bundle of things that need to go different places, and that way you're not dealing with so many cords and cables all over it, causing stress and strain. Nicholas, you got it? All right, there we go. All right. Now, Hayden's plugging these in first before positioning that power supply in there. Why is that, Hayden?
Just makes it easier. If you were to try to plug it in as soon as I get it in there, you wouldn't be able to see what you're doing.
Yeah, you can see that room where Hayden's putting it in. You'd have to be plugging them in inside of the case. So pretty much anything with the PC, if you can do it outside of the case, you might as well. Just save you some time and some frustration later on.
Nice. Yeah, I dig that. So I think so many cases could benefit from those. I have used more Velcro ties on various different things around here than I could shake a stick at. Okay. We're actually busting this one out fast. Hayden is just quick. Are you guys going to build an open loop system? We have, and we are probably going to do more.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have more in the future. The open loops are a little bit harder to do on stream because so much labor goes into our open loop systems. It's almost like an all-day process. So what we did on the previous shows, I think have we done 2, Hayden?
2, yeah.
Yeah, we've done 2 on here. They should be on our YouTube if you want to check them out. But we prep a lot of the labor-intensive stuff, and that way we can assemble it all on stream. So like one of the biggest things with an open loop is measuring and cutting and bending of the tubes. So that's one of the things that helped us. Once we had those ready, we were really able to put the rest of it together. At the same time, we would like to show that off. So we're always kind of thinking of ways we can do that. Maybe we can have like a 2-part stream or something where we prep and then the next day is build. I don't know. We will have more of that
Figure it
though.
out. If it's demanded, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. I got a question from Nicholas. Blue, which monitor do you use? So I have 4 monitors. I have a Game 7270 monitor. I have a Samsung, and that's a 27-inch. I have a 27-inch Samsung. I don't know. We used these at the show at the Halo Outpost Discovery Tour, and then Samsung just gave it to me. And then I have 2 more games. I have a monitor down below so I can see what's happening. It's my browser monitor, and then I have this one it's portrait, so that it's for the chat. So right now I've got multiple chats across all of these monitors. But yeah, somebody said something about asymmetric encryption. Everything you just said makes my head hurt. Asymmetric encryption sounds terrifying. If we built unlimited code Horus dash Western Zebra particularly violent WZPV. Nice. Get it while you can. Oh no, that's right, it's unlimited. Okay, most dangerous of all zebras. Exactly. We did get a question, a suggestion. Hey, have you ever done a laptop? And yeah, Zach's done some laptops before on stream.
Yeah, Zach's
guy.
done quite a few laptops on his after show stream. So, you know.
Yeah.
Those go together
Palador,
really quick.
welcome in. Tortoise, it is Horus dash WZPV Western Zebra, particularly violent. WZPV. Let's see. I missed that whole PC dopest design. Oh, yeah, that last PC was wild. It was so cool. Are we going to be doing a Black Friday deal? That's a good question.
We have some of our Black Friday deals are live right now. So check out our website.
Right now,
We've also
if I'm not
got sales
mistaken,
going on at our other resellers. So
everybody's still loving loving that design for last month's giveaway. It's wild.
it's a good one. We've got a few orders in. You guys have
Yeah.
requested it, so where we've seen it. I didn't realize we had gotten so many orders for them, and we were talking. One of the builders was joking around, and he was like, "Hey, can I take that one home?" And I'm like, "Oh, we already shipped that one. That was the giveaway." He's like, "No, there's another one." So
Yeah. Look at that. It's so
if
good.
if you want
It's
that
so
case
good.
design, you can get it.
Yep. Just contact customer service and tell them we sent you.
Yeah. We
And,
won't be putting
yeah,
it in the studio because our studio got cursed because I touched the Ouija board. But yeah,
Studio, the lab, everything.
yeah.
Yeah, all the weird stuff that happened because of that is still fascinating me. Let's see here. Is the bottom fan an exhaust? Asked Platuki. No, that's actually an intake fan. That's going to bring fresh, cool air up from the bottom, and because you want that hot air to exhaust out the top and out the back. So we've got a 4-fan intake. So Paul, why don't you point out where those fans are blowing air in, and then explain where they're going to be blowing out.
Yeah, so our intake fans are this one here on the bottom, and then these 3 right above it. So these are our 4 intakes, and then our exhaust is obviously this one way in the back on the rear, and these 3 at the top that you can kind of see that are mounted to our radiator. So we have an equal number of air or fans bringing air in and taking it out. However, since we have 3 exhaust on this radiator, that does provide a little bit of impedance for the air. So this is going to be a neutral or slightly positive pressure system.
Yeah. And you said it's not available in Germany?
9. No, I don't know if it is. I'm sure it is. We can check
I'm looking
with
at the
Ivory
209.
about that.
Yeah, Ivory would be the voice of reason on that one. So we'll definitely check on that for you. Ghost James, how do you join the giveaway? Exclamation give Horus, like Tortoise Neck did right there. What's up, Tortoise? How you doing? We've got that link right there. Follow there, and you'll be able to get all of the good stuff, and hopefully get your chance to win. Now, it is not about how many entries you have. All it takes is one entry to win. So just remember that. But the more you get, the bigger chance you've got. So some of our codes will actually be for limited use, like you've seen so far, like 75, 50 people, 100 people. Some will be unlimited. The unlimited codes are worth 200 extra entries into the giveaway. The other codes are worth 100 entries. So you want to make sure you're paying attention in this chat, over on my stream, in my chat, and of course social media and Discord, to make sure you get as many chances as possible to win that. So look at that tie-up job. Jeez, Hayden.
He's so fast.
Like, just spin that back around for a second.
Yeah, you just pick
I
that
want
thing
you guys
up.
to count the zip ties.
That is gorgeous.
Oh,
That
that's all you
is
get.
so neat and so clean. Wow, nicely done. It's the indexer says it's not about having the bigger number, it's about hoping the system deletes everyone else's votes besides yours. That's hilarious.
Let's go ahead.
Yeah, and Hayden and Zach, they both do amazing.
Let's go ahead and lay it down for this one.
Yeah, they both do amazing cable management. I am always constantly impressed. Are they different codes in your stream? Yes. Yes. So we are going to be in the green on Tuesdays, purples on Thursdays. That is where you can find them. And I follow those shows with my show. So, yeah. No, today I'm going to be playing some Star Citizen with Scott Wins. It's going to be fun. It was positive. OCD was positive till the slanted power supply. Until you said that, I didn't even notice why it looked weird. And then you said that, I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. That is funny. All right, look at that. It looks so good. It looks so clean. I dig it. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with what Beacon does, so Beacon's got this incredible bundle. It's called a Beacon Mix Create. These are from the original people who made Go XLR. So it is you've got your multiple dials to control sounds from that both go to your stream and what go to your headphones. It comes with a USB-C mic, and this mic is wildly impressive. So it's a dynamic mic, but it's a digital dynamic mic. It's just great. Is it an international giveaway? Yes, there are 209 countries that you can that guarantee you're part of it. There are certain countries that may not be there because there may be rules governmentally wise about entering giveaways, because in some places it's considered gambling. So yeah, this is gonna run super cool. And now I can't stop looking at the power supply. Thanks, Zarif. I'm just eyeballing it. I love the tattoos. Yeah, I do, Crimes. They both got great tattoos.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks.
Hayden's got an appointment to go get more.
I have an appointment in
You've wanted
January.
Nice.
a Beacon mic for a minute now. Nice, dude.
My
Yeah, they're
birthday,
really
3 days
good.
after.
There you go.
Wait, when?
January 19th. My
Oh, there we
birthday's
go.
the
We've got a little
16th.
time. Yeah.
Hayden's
more
turning 18.
We've got a little time. Hayden, you've got many fans of your tattoos, says Walik. And then Indexer asked, is anyone keeping track of the zip ties? Well, I hope so.
am.
I know that Hayden is. All right, people, let's talk about it. How are we doing? How many do you think you got? Stop trying to seduce you with more entries. Never.
I'll give you guys a hint.
So-
I've used one.
It's more than one. It's less than
While you
100.
guys are thinking about how many of those
What,
he's
100?
used,
Yeah.
while you guys start rethinking about how many he used, let's take a second to show you how you can get your hands on one of an amazing machine, period, all the way across the board. At CLXgaming.com, we make it as simple and easy as possible to get the PC that you want. You can actually customize it to meet your needs anytime. So When you get in here, you can decide whether you want a full-size or a compact PC. There's multiple different variants, and you get to choose those. You can choose your motherboard, memory, your peripherals, whether you want it open-loop liquid-cooled or closed-loop liquid-cooled M.2s versus SSDs, memory. You can get it overclocked. All of that can be happening here. And you don't have to be an expert to be able to use our system. That's the best part. In the event that you happen to pick two different things that don't actually work together, our system will let you know, and that green button up top that says add to cart will say solve conflicts. So in this situation, we've got a chassis and a motherboard conflict. So that means you can either keep the chassis, which is the case that you chose, but you'll have to use one of these motherboards, or in order to use this motherboard, you'll have to pick one of these cases. That way, you've always got everything configured correctly, and everything's going to be working with itself when it goes into testing later on, once it's built. Now, we even do peripherals. So if you take a look down at the very end in our accessories area, which is a lot of fun, we've got headphones, mics, controllers, we have routers, we have all sorts of USB additives, but our streaming gear is the best thing. We've got capture cards, we got beacon mix crates, beacon mics. So basically your one-stop shopping center for everything you might want when it comes to streaming. So for all your needs, stick around. It's clxgaming.com. Alrighty. Now, I did mention something in that little spiel, as I usually do. Paul, where is this going to go once it's all put together?
Yeah, so this is going to go into our testing and integration department. So the first thing we do there is get into the BIOS of the machine. That's where we'll look at RAM speed, make sure that's set correctly, all of our storage devices are showing up, M.2s, NVMEs, all that good stuff. And then maybe mess around with a couple other settings in there depending on the configuration. After that is when we actually load the system, so your operating system. If you picked any games on our website, that's where we would load them. If you didn't select any games, that's you just get a clean operating system. We don't put any bloatware on our system. You're not going to get 100 different versions of antivirus software or anything like that. Just a clean OS with nothing else on it. And then after your system's loaded, we stress test the system for 12 hours. So the main thing we use for that is 3D Mark, which is a benchmarking software. There's a couple others that we use, but that's the main one. And what that does is really run the system through its paces, make sure that everything in there is stable. If we need to replace anything, that gives us a chance to do it there before you get it. And that way you get a stable machine at home.
Nice. So, with that being said, people, how many zip ties do you think you use? Also, real quick, while you're entering those into our chat, Zephyr says this sounds pretty good for a set of products. I totally agree. Thank you, Wally. I do my best. Greetings from South Africa. Hello. Welcome in. And do crimes like I talked to my husband, and he said I could get a PC and other products for streaming. Well, you know right where to get them now.
There you go. We got it all.
Got it all.
Now, since we've got 110 people in here, the first 100 people are going to get this. It is Horus-WIW5. World in Warcraft 5. We got 18. I think I saw a 16 up there earlier. We got 43 from Hogs. I feel like that might be a little much. 7 from Wally.
Better not
right?
be
Kitsu says needs more white. Alrighty.
All right, I think we're good to go. Oh, I guess we.
How many was it, Hayden?
18.
Oh.
18. Oh my God. Uruz 07 got it. Nicely done. That is
very good.
That's great. Yeah, 43 was a little high, but there we go.
Maybe next
so
time.
that first 100 people
maybe
are going to
the
get
next
100 entries for picking that up. Nice.
Slip Hayden $5. He'll
guessed
make
it
sure
right.
he'll use 43 next time.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and show the moment of truth. This is your giveaway build, and here we go.
It's a lot of RGB.
It's so quiet.
I love that soft
Very
pastel look at first. Jeez, look at that light up.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
That's incredible. It's like an Easter PC. I dig it. So let's go over one more time what this month's giveaway PC is going to be for the month of November with our partners AData, Fantex, Beacon, and XPG. This is a CLX Horus NV5 white chassis with an Intel Core i5 14600KF processor. That processor is mounted on an Asus Prime Z690A D5 motherboard with 32 gigs of XPG Lancer Blade DDR5 6000 RAM. The MSI NVIDIA RTX card is a 4060 and it is also in write. Our operating system will be on a 2TB AData 700 Gold NVMe M.2, and of course that's being cooled by a Fantex Glacier 1 D30 AIO, and of course it also includes 8 Fantex D30 white fans, plus it's powered by a Fantex Amp 1000 watt 80 plus gold modular white power supply. There we go. So, absolutely well done. And the question came in with, are we emailed? Yes, you'll be emailed at the email that you signed up with. So, with that being said, as per usual, this show happens in 2 stages. In just a moment, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we are going to be going, and you're going to spend a little while with Hayden while Hayden continues to build more monstrous machines at incredible speeds. So, with that said, obviously, so many people are excited about this giveaway. We're excited about the giveaway, and we want to give a huge shout out and thank you to our partners, once again, AData, Fantex, Beacon, and XPG. This show happens Tuesdays and Thursdays starting at 11 a.m. Pacific, that is 2 Eastern, Tuesdays on the green, Thursdays on the purple. You want to make sure you get there because you'll be able to find codes not just in our chats, but you can also check out, and maybe you'll find one on our socials. That's CLX Gaming on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads. You can also find them in our Discord, which is full of like-minded PC enthusiasts and gamers. That's discord.gg/CLX Gaming. The other place you can find them is on my streams, both on the green and the purple. So definitely pop in there and see what you can come up with. So with that being said, we're about to go into our break screen, and I would love to say thank you to Kyle and to Jason in production, Paul and Hayden. I'm DJ Blue PDX. Stick around. We got more coming up after the break. We'll be right back.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye, guys. Thank you.